Short Story 37, The Missing Manuscript. The old library was a treasure trove of knowledge, its shelves crammed with books on every imaginable subject. But it was also a place of mystery, with its dimly lit corners and hidden passages. One evening, a young librarian named Sarah was working late, cataloguing new books. She was alone in the library, except for the ghosts of the past that seemed to whisper in the shadows. Sarah was finishing up when she heard a noise coming from the back of the library. She froze, her heart pounding in her chest. She could hear footsteps moving towards her, getting closer and closer. Sarah slowly turned around and saw a figure emerge from the darkness. It was a man, dressed in a long black coat and hat. His face was hidden in shadow, but Sarah could sense his eyes on her. "Who are you?" Sarah asked, her voice trembling. The man didn't answer. He just stood there staring at her. "What do you want?" Sarah asked again. The man still didn't answer. He reached into his coat pocket and pulled out a gun. Sarah gasped and backed away. "Don't hurt me," she begged. The man raised the gun and pointed it at her. "Where is it?" he asked. "Where is what?" Sarah asked, confused. "The manuscript," the man said. "I know you have it." Sarah shook her head. "I don't know what you're talking about." The man lowered the gun slightly. "I don't have time for this," he said. "Tell me where the manuscript is or you'll regret it." Sarah looked around desperately for a way to escape, but she was surrounded. She knew she had to do something or she would be killed. "All right," she said. "I'll tell you where it is." Sarah led the man to a hidden room in the back of the library. Inside the room was a safe, and inside the safe was the manuscript. The man opened the safe and took out the manuscript. He examined it briefly, then nodded. "This is it," he said. "Thank you." The man turned to leave, but Sarah grabbed his arm. "Why do you want the manuscript?" she asked. The man stopped and turned to face her. "That's none of your concern," he said. The man pulled away from Sarah and walked out of the room. Sarah watched him go, her heart still pounding. She didn't know what the manuscript was about, but she knew it was important, and now it was gone. Sarah went back to the library and called the police. They arrived a few minutes later and took her statement. The police searched the library, but they couldn't find any trace. They also couldn't find any other clues about what the manuscript was about. Sarah was devastated. She had lost something valuable and she didn't know what to do. The next day, Sarah went back to the library to see if she could find any more clues. She searched the hidden room again, but she didn't find anything. Then she had an idea. She went to the library's computer and looked up the manuscript's title. The search results came back, and Sarah's heart skipped a beat. The manuscript was a lost novel by a famous author. It was said to be the author's masterpiece, and it was worth millions of dollars. Sarah realized that she had been in danger. The man who had stolen the manuscript must have been a collector, or someone who wanted to sell it on the black market. Sarah knew that she had to get the manuscript back. She couldn't let it fall into the wrong hands. Sarah started to investigate the manuscript. She talked to other librarians, book collectors, and anyone else who might know something about it. She also started to look for the man who had stolen it. She knew that he would be back to the library, or at least to the area. One day Sarah was walking home from work when she saw the man. He was standing in the shadows of an alleyway. Sarah's heart started to race. She knew that she had to be careful. She took a deep breath and walked towards the man. "I know who you are," she said, "and I know what you want." The man turned to face her. "And what do I want?" he asked. "The manuscript," Sarah said. "I want it back." The man smiled. "You're not in a position to make demands," he said. Sarah took a step closer to them. "I'm not afraid of you," she said. "I know what you did, and I'm going to stop you." The man laughed. "You can't stop me," he said. "I'm too powerful." Sarah took another step closer. "We'll see about that," she said. Sarah and the man stood there for a moment, facing each other. The tension in the air was palpable. Suddenly the man reached for his gun. Sarah knew that she had to act fast. She lunged at the man and knocked the gun out of his hand. They fell to the ground, grappling with each other. Sarah was smaller and weaker than the man, but she was determined to win. She punched him and kicked him until he finally broke free and ran away. Sarah was exhausted, but she had done it. She had saved the manuscript. Sarah picked up the gun and went back to the library. She told the police what had happened, and they took the gun into custody. The police never caught the man who had stolen the manuscript, but Sarah knew that he wouldn't be back. She had made sure of that. Sarah continued to work at the library, but she never forgot the night she saved the manuscript. It was a reminder that even the smallest person can make a difference. The end.